Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty video. Now, I was sitting down and I was thinking the other day about, Black Ops 4 and how Nuketown has become such a prominent map in Black Ops 4, and the playstyle I would take on that is sort of different to how I played Nuketown in the past because of how strong in Black Ops 4 the assault rifles are. I like to sit around the middle sort of area, get some kills, sort of back up and make sure I convert on my streaks. So that got me thinking and browsing through my old files. And I found this file, which is 100 plus on Black Ops 3 with the VMP, with the Elo sight and the original diamond camo on this thing. I'm not sure if this was the original or after they changed the diamond camo. I don't really remember. But this is a gameplay from December 2015. So over 3 years ago. I thought this would be so damn cool to, now that Black Ops 4 is out and in the middle of its life cycle a couple months in, sit back and focus on Black Ops 3, and specifically Black Ops 3 compared to Black Ops 4. And I think that this game, honestly, it gets a lot of respect, but it gets underrated by certain people, and I'm going to explain why. And I'll probably do a video comparing Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 at a more later date, because, I probably will, because there's so much stuff to analyze and have to do direct comparisons. But this is one that we're just going to talk about Black Ops 3, watch the gameplay, and sort of compare how this game is played versus Black Ops 4. Drop a like on this video if you guys could. I would very much appreciate that. No, this does not mean I'm going back to Black Ops 3 and uploading Black Ops 3 every day. I'm still keeping up with the Black Ops 4 updates. This is just a one-off video and something that I wanted to talk about, and I found this gameplay which fit perfectly. So yeah, smack that like button. I would very much appreciate it. I know I always ask for likes at the beginning of the videos, but I like to remind people, and I appreciate when people do support. And also I do appreciate when people subscribe to the channel as well. So first thing you'll notice is my class setup here. It's a little bit different. Flak Jacket and Tac Mask, very similar. So I guess it is kind of similar. The thing is, Tac Mask was actually under the 3rd perk slot as of right now. And when you look at the kill streaks, now the first thing I noticed when watching this gameplay back is I'm running an SMG and I'm playing a completely different playstyle than I would play on Black Ops 4. And the main thing with Black Ops 3 is this game was absolutely loved, and a lot of the hate on Infinite Warfare and World War II, those games got a decent amount of hate. So a lot of people returned back and played Black Ops 3 up until Black Ops 4 came out. And I'm sure there's still some people that maybe are getting Black Ops 4 for Christmas or later that are still playing Black Ops 3. So when I look at it, first of all, watching this gameplay and seeing how fast the SMGs melt really brings back some nostalgia and makes me kind of upset about how the SMGs are in Black Ops 4. Well, the SMGs are, they're not that bad in Black Ops 4 anymore. I definitely don't want to say that they're horrible or anything. The Spitfire is still awesome. The Daemon is awesome. The SOG 9mm is awesome. There's quite a few good SMGs in the game, but they're not as, there's a difference between good and dominant. Look at how fast I'm deleting these people with the VMP. And when watching this, you have to remember, Black Ops 3, of course, you had 100 health versus 150 health, but it's just, I mean, the melt speed of this is just absolutely redonkulous, and it's amazing. The next thing I notice is combat focus, which I'm someone that, when it comes down to specialists in COD, I'm not the biggest fan of specialists. I understand why they're put in there to add more customization and make the game more fun, but a lot of the times it can give people, bad players or average players, basically free abilities and streaks, and I haven't always been the biggest fan of it. But you'll see in this game, in Black Ops 4, I always like to stick to my crash specialist, right? And the reason I run that is because I can do the heals and also do the dropping of ammo, extra points. And in this game, they had what Crash does is when you pick up the assault packs, you get max ammo, and then every time you get a kill, if it was going to be 100 points per kill in domination, when you get a kill, it's worth 125. Combat focus was actually a specialist, and the specialists were kind of different in this game because they were specialist abilities versus the ultimate and the equipment and the ability, if you know what I'm saying. But combat focus in this one, I believe it would get you, when you pop it for that certain amount of time you have it pop, double points. And I thought this was like, hey, if they're bringing back more specialists, which let's be honest, they probably are to Black Ops 4, if it's been December and they already brought out the first specialist, which was Zero. Thank goodness they nerfed Zero in this game because she was so annoying as a specialist on Black Ops 4. Check out my Black Ops 4 patch video for earlier that I talked about that. But yeah, the combat focus is something that I know it's something that probably won't come back to Black Ops 4, but if there is any sort, it doesn't have to be the same character, it doesn't have to work the exact same way. I really like that. And I know they have the ComSec device instead of combat focus, and they also have the crash specialist, but that's the next thing I noticed. Now, when it comes down to kill streaks, the way that this game was played was a little bit different as well. As when I play Black Ops 4, my goal is to get all 3 of the big streaks, let those go ham and cycle through. And that remains the same, but of course in this game, you see my streaks are Wraith, VSAT, and RAPS. And in Black Ops 4, my favorite setup is the Thresher, Attack Helicopter, and Strike Team. And the reason why is I would love to run a VSAT, or actually it's called a Hater in this game. It was the Blackbird in BO1, and then it was the VSAT in Black Ops 2, and then the Hater in Black Ops 3. And what it is I'll point it out when I get one, but it's basically, if you know Call of Duty, you know what it is. It shows everyone on the minimap, not as dots, but as actual little Doritos chips, like, you know, the actual triangles, which way they're facing, and different stuff like that. The next thing is perk 2. I was running Scavenger in this, and I think this wasn't the best class setup. There was way better perk 2s, but that was because, like I said, this was from an early spot in Black Ops 3, and that's why my class setup is not ideal. I wouldn't say this is the best Black Ops 3 class setup ever. You definitely want like fast hands and other stuff, but you can see when I pop combat focus, making sure that I'm always fighting around the flags, my mindset and the gameplay mentality was completely different. Another thing is that this game was 6-on-6 versus Black Ops 4 being 5-on-5, and that's one thing that I will say is I was kind of worried when I heard Black Ops 4 was going to be 5v5, and so far I've never really found too much problem with that. The only thing that does suck is when it's 5-on-5, when people start to leave, it can go quickly down to 4 people or 3 people, which sort of does suck, but you don't really notice a change in pace of gameplay. I think that's because a lot of the Black Ops 4 maps were designed to be a little bit smaller, more medium sized. And of course, the big difference between a game like this and Black Ops 3, by the way, this game is, I honestly think it is the most successful game ever, because even though it maybe didn't sell the most, you got to remember how many different platforms this game was on, and the DLC system. And of course, they might, you know, release their total sales numbers, but they never really release the amount of money they make off these microtransactions. They usually just say, hey, we made a couple billion this year, and that's Activision Blizzard total. So you have to talk about throughout all the games. But I think the DLC system in this game, and the fact that they did a 5th DLC pack for zombies and stuff, this has to be their most grossing game ever, based on how much it's earned. And of course, the big difference here was the advanced movement. And I really think, looking back on this is a perspective that I don't know if I've talked about this before exactly, but I kind of got to realize that Black Ops, this was a really good game, and yeah, I love this game, and this game was amazing to me. I enjoyed this game so much, but I thought it got a lot of flack because of that advanced movement, and maybe for good reason. But if this game was boots on the ground, I think that this game would have been competing, like, they would have had to change things on the maps as well. But I really think that Black Ops, when you look at it, Black Ops 1 laid the blueprint, the foundation for what this series was going to be. Big streaks, cool guns, and nice maps. Black Ops 2 took that even further, and Black Ops 2, everyone thought that was like gonna be the tipping point, or the tip of the iceberg, where Call of Duty was gonna explode after that, because Black Ops 2 was a huge year. You had these content creators and people like FaZe Rain, Nadeshot, Scum. These guys were already, you know, famous and popular before, but Black Ops 2, especially with like FaZe sniping, cut commentaries, the trolling community, the sniping community, the competitive community, the pub stomp community, everything on Black Ops 2 was elevated, and everyone thought the game was about to explode then. But then, of course, COD Ghost was the next COD, and it started to slow down for a couple years. Black Ops 3 came out, and this game did huge things for everything as the community, but that advanced movement always had people split. And now that Black Ops 4 is out, I really think that Black Ops 4, it's an awesome game so far, and if they find the ability to keep it fresh and fun, and that's what Black Ops 3 really mastered, the ability to keep the fans playing the game for multiple years, which has never really been done too much on a Call of Duty game. It was done, I guess, a little bit with when World War II came out. A lot of people went back towards the Activision and Infinity Ward versions of the game, you know, the Modern Warfare series, instead of that, and different stuff like that. And same with COD Ghost. When that came out, a lot of people went back to MW3 and BO2, but we never saw a game like Black Ops 3, where I know for a fact a lot of people are still playing this game to this day. And if you guys are, let me know in the comment section down below, and perhaps this will be fun to maybe hop on and do some live comms or get some gameplays of playing this going into, you know, 2018 and 2019. Of course, as of right now, Black Ops 4 is just constantly being updated, and there's just so much around it right now. But I don't think that we have heard the last of Black Ops 3. And like I said, how Black Ops 2 set this, you know, Black Ops 1 set the scene. Black Ops 2 blew everything up. Black Ops 3 did amazing through adversity, which was how much hate COD was getting for that, you know, advanced movement coming out with AW, and then BO3, and then Infinite Modern Warfare, and Black Ops 4 is sort of innovating and expanding into the Blackout Battle Royale territory, which probably wouldn't have happened if there wasn't that big of success with Fortnite, or definitely if there wasn't that big of success with, you know, H1 and PUBG before that. But I definitely think that Black Ops 3 is a dope game, and it's interesting to compare this gameplay versus Black Ops 4. Now, the thing about this was, of course, do I prefer boots on the ground or advanced movement? I have to say I prefer boots on the ground. But when it comes down to other things, you know, the specialist, there's more BS with the specialist in Black Ops 4 than Black Ops 3. However, on the other end of that, the DLC system is probably more fair in Black Ops 4 than Black Ops 3. And that's why I think ultimately it's going to come down to personal preference, and it's way too early for a direct comparison. This game has done incredible things for 3 years. Black Ops 4 has been doing well and you know, been doing, I'd say, very good, and especially throughout the updates for the first 2 months, but we'll have to wait and see. And like I said, with them saying that, and Activision saying that the next 3 years is the best 3-year slot they have set up for Call of Duty, I hope we're getting Black Ops 4 and then into maybe Modern Warfare 4 or something like that, and then another Beast game after that, because the best 3-year cycle, don't tell me it's going to be another 3 years of just playing Black Ops, you know, Black Ops 4 for the next 3 years, which, hey, that seems like kind of fun, but I also enjoy games from, you know, Treyarch is the top developer as of right now. Their Black Ops series is killing it, but I also do enjoy the games from Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer always has like strokes of genius, but there's always a couple steps forward, a couple steps backwards. But yeah, Black Ops 4 is amazing, Black Ops 3 is amazing, and I really think that it's going to be interesting because who knows how much, you know, Call of Duty, how long this life cycle and rotating these games is going to go. And when we look back on it, I think when it comes down to those first 4 Black Ops games, I mean, those games are very strong. If we're talking at, like, from a critic's perspective, as well as a fun perspective, I think that's where Modern Warfare could take over could win an argument over the Black Ops series, and just on fun and replayability. But with a clean game, and, you know, the Modern Warfare series definitely had a lot more BS in it than this one. It all comes down to personal preference on who enjoys Treyarch and Black Ops versus Modern Warfare and Infinity Ward overall. But I think at this moment, we can all agree Black Ops 4 coming off of Black Ops 3. Great stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Just something I wanted to talk about. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. More videos, of course, tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.